everyone. This is Nisha Shukla, Associate Editor of ET Manufacturing. Today we have with us
Giuseppe Battigelli. I am the Business Development Manager for RALC Italia, situated in the northeast of Italy. It's about 100 kilometers to the north of Venice. So we manufacture machinery and equipments, but above all, we design systems for manufacturing and for process engineering. So we have a number of different types of machines for tube and sheet metal processing, and these go together with our automation systems, which we develop internally. In our organization, we have, let's say, 4 to 5 engineers for mechanical designing, and we have the software engineers who develop dedicated software for the different machines. What is mostly interesting about our company is that we have systems which are developed and designed to suit the customer's specific requirements, and this is where we feel we are very strong.
Right. So could you let us know which Indian sectors are driving demand for automated solutions or automated machining today, if you can let us know on that?
Yeah, at the moment, we realize that the most important things we are dealing with at the moment are with companies in the aerospace industry, companies who are working in the automotive industry, and also in the railway for the construction of sleepers for high-speed trains. In fact, we will be participating on the 30th of January in New Delhi, where we have a summit for presenting these machines for the railway industry.
So how do you position your high-end automation solutions in a cost-conscious market like India, and especially for Indian manufacturing, if you can talk about that?
Yes, the Indian market is a very vast market, which is growing very, very fast. And every time I come to India, every few months, I notice that there is a great development with the companies, the people with whom I am in contact. And every time there is a specific preparation of a sort of program which is presented to each customer, so they are very happy because they are upgrading themselves, upgrading their manufacturing capabilities, and upgrading their smart working in both the mechanical and in electronic and software fields. So this is something which we think that India is growing very, very, very fast.
Right, sir. So there could be some customers who would be hesitant while embracing these new age technologies. So how are you approaching them, if you can let us know on that?
Okay, yes.
Especially the MSMEs, if you see.
Yes, I understand. India being a very big country and having very many technical levels, we present ourselves in a duplex form. One is to inform the people about what we are capable of doing, and the second step is to adapt ourselves to the level which the customer has at the moment, to introduce ourselves, and once we get into a face-to-face connection, we bring the standards up to the level which we think the customer is able to sustain.
Is local service or space technology or space stocking key to de-risking supply chains in India?
Okay, that is something which is extremely important for all our customers. And when customers are further away, I mean living like in India, from Italy is quite a long distance. Europe is very close, so all European customers pick up the phone and they get an answer. But today, we have developed a special software into all our machines where a customer can communicate in real time with our engineers and our service department. So 99% of problems are sorted out with an immediate contact with the customer. If there is something very serious going on, then we have a team of technicians who are always ready to travel, and in real time, I mean a day, 2, 3, they could be available on site.
So could you let us know how RALC's advanced systems are helping Indians to embrace smart and connected manufacturing systems or make their factories more smart?
Yeah, we have a very good base of students in the sense that the Indian customers, the technicians, have a very good preparation. So it's a very easy job because we just have to speak once and they understand. Then, of course, it depends on the financial capabilities and the financial stating of a customer, which will then decide if he can or he cannot afford any sort of investment. Normally, the Indians are very open to this sort of collaboration.
So could you let us know what are the challenges you face while operating in a country like India? If you can talk about that.
The challenges are quite a lot. I mean, it's not just a question of mentality, because the mentality of work in Europe is different than it is in India, is different than it is in the United States. So the biggest challenge here is probably language, because we have, when we communicate on the same language, we are at the same level and we can exchange ideas, we can collect information, we can develop information, we receive into production programs. So if we have a good language communication, that is probably one of the biggest problems. For the rest, I think there are no real problems.
Operationally, you don't see any other challenge?
No, absolutely no. I don't see any operational problem.
Right. So what are the initiatives you are taking? I mean, language barrier obviously remains the same, but down the line for next 3 to 5 years, what are the trends you are, kind of witnessing, or we would be witnessing in the days to come?
Making a 5-year program is not easy, because the market is evolving very quickly, very fast, and so we do not know exactly how things will be developed in 6 months from today, and even less in 1 year or 2 or 3 or 5 years. But we are always ready and prepared to take up any initiative which comes up, either from our institutional organizations like the Italian embassies or the trade commissioners or people like that. We would like always to get very close with them. And another one is the organization USIMU, which is the Union of the Constructors of Machinery in Italy, of which we are a partner. So we've, of course, tried to remain always very close in contact, to be always updated on the new initiatives. And we, of course, are always ready to do whatever we are being proposed.
What are the operational challenges you face when operating in a country like India, if you can talk about that?
Well, operating in a country like India is not an easy job, because we have a number of problems with language. And that is the major obstacle we find. But at the same time, we always are very closely connected with the Italian organizations abroad with whom we collaborate. Besides the Italian embassy, we have the trade commissioner, and we also have the USIMU, which is the Industrial Association for Machine Manufacturers. So working together, we try to get into whatever is necessary, and we do.
Right, sir. So down the line for next 3 to 5 years, what are the trends that we would be witnessing, if you can talk about that?
That's difficult to say. 5 years is a very long distance, because the market here is evolving very, very fast. So we can estimate what's going to happen after 1 month, but 5 months is already a long way. But all I can say is that we are ready and prepared and determined to get into the market and follow the development of the market with our machinery and our solutions.
So in one word or in one sentence, I would like to understand from you, what sets Indian market apart from the others, maybe from the Asians or elsewhere, in your experience?
Well, the Indian market has, we cannot compare the Indian market to any other market. We work with the United States, we work with South America, we work everywhere in Europe. We also work with Indonesia and China. But India is totally different. The people have a different culture. They have a background which is a very strong background and a very strong basis for growing, which other countries probably don't have. So we find it very interesting, and we are fortunate to have this opportunity through the Italian organizations to get into the country, with whom we started just last year. But we are already started working, we have already received orders, and we are now processing new contacts with very many interesting customers, and we are sure that we will go forward in a very special way with India.
Thank you so much, sir, for those valuable insights. It was indeed a very exciting interview and knowing about what RALC Italia is doing in the industry. With this, we come to a close. We discussed about the operational challenges. We talked about how to, maintain the cost while operating in a cost-sensitive market like India. But one thing I would like to surely say is that the future is smart and connected. Thank you so much.